Hey everyone, welcome to our Real Review series. We're Notebeats CG Academy. I'm Harris Wu, and I'm here with Sitting Liu and Chen Ji. In this series, we're going to break down rigging and the CFX rules to help you understand what makes a good portfolio for landing a job in our industry. This is an ongoing, completely free series, so if you want us to review your work, feel free to send us your reel anytime you want. And if you find this is helpful, make sure to subscribe and share it. It will help us a lot. Before we get started, just a quick note. Everything we share here is based on our own experience and personal opinion, and it doesn't represent any studio we have worked with. So let's get started. Today, we're going to review Giuseppe's rigging reel. Big thanks to Giuseppe for sharing his work with us. Let's take a look at his reel first. Okay, let's start the review. This reel contains some really strong pieces, and the rendering does a great job of grabbing the viewer's attention. There are a few areas that could be improved, so let's go through them one by one. Let's start with Chen Chen.
Okay, it's a good reel, especially the face rig. I really like the face rig. And for the body rig, I think the first thing is the elbow. We have three body landmark in the elbow area. In this post, we should see two. Even in the cartoony character, we should have a better deformation around the elbow area. So yeah, if I were you, I'll make here a little bit sharp. Yeah, that'll be better if you can make the elbow sharper a little bit. Another one is thigh area. I think we are losing the volume here. Maybe we can have something like this. Now the wrinkle is too deep. If I were you, I'll update this area for sure. I have another one. For this pose, when you raise up the arm forward, scapular should be more rotated forward a little bit. The volume here looks like the scapular doesn't move at all. Another one is the deltoid muscle. When you raise the arm, the deltoid muscle are fully fired, so the volume will be a little bit bigger than you think, maybe like this. We're also losing the volume here. I do have another one. So in this pose, by the way, I really like the way you are showing the rig in the extreme pose. For this one, can you please take a look here? I think we need to update the animation a little bit. If you don't have any extra join or push join to keep the volume here, so maybe the easiest way to just update the animation, so rotate the photo a little bit. And the last one for me is here. I noticed you do have the prop rig, but the stretch is too much, and some part to be very solid. But you see, we have a lot of the deformation here. That's all from me. Thank you.
All right. What about sitting?
I really like the face rig part. It's really great, especially how you demonstrate your work, half rendered and half wireframe with controller. I would suggest you put face range of motion in front because you have like face wireframe with controller manipulation pieces here, then face rendered range of motion here. Then you come back to the face controller manipulation part. So I would say keep this part in the front, then move this part after the render pieces and put them all together. So you're showing the lower face first, then showing the eye meniscus and the carbuncle setup afterwards. So the whole pieces will be in a very good demonstration order. If I really have to say something you can improve on this face rig, probably you can be a little more careful for the lip volume preserving, such as this lip pucker shape. From this to this, your lip is like losing a bit of volume here. But overall, it's really great demonstration of a face rate. So that's all from my side.
All right. Thanks for Chen Chen and Steam. Those are really good feedbacks. Yeah, so I agree with them. So this reel in general is really good. I really like the way you present your work. So the rendering here is really good and it really catch people's eyes. And I do want to mention again about like all the poses you show here. Lots of students have the questions like how I can show my deformations better because obviously most of them don't have a really good animator on the side to help them to animate, then this is a good way. You just pose your character to different poses. So this is simple, but it is very efficient. One thing I would mention here is I would like to see maybe one or two more poses, especially about like your arm raising straight up, so that we can see how well the shoulder and the scapula going to work together. Right now, you do have one here, but it got blocked by the body and the head, so we cannot see anything. So that could be my suggestion for this one. Then it's about your scripting. This scripting is good. I don't have much comments about this one, but what I want to say is compared to your body rig and the face rig level, this script is a bit weak compared to that tool. So let's say in the future you want to update your reel. I would say this is going to be the first one you should update and replace with something more complicated to match to your face and the body rig level. And then after that is about the quarter pad. So again, this render is really good. It really catch people's eyes. But here, first thing I want to say is like, the quarter pad rig featured here is not that interesting. So I would probably keep it simple. So you have the render, then you have this controller here. That's it. Then you can cut everything else out. And then for this quarter pad, then we do have some issues here. The first thing is about the deformation. So even in the render, we can see here's a bone. So we're losing the silhouette a bit. And here we can definitely see some bad deformation here. And also something I'm not very sure if it's from the rig or from the animation, but your foot here looks really weird. My suggestion is you might want to double check the animation first. Then if the animation is correct, probably something wrong with your rig. And one major thing bothering me about your quarter pad is this one doesn't look like it has a scapula. So for those kind of quarter pad, normally you will have a scapula here. And I think that actually affect either your animation or your rig deformation because right now you can see once we come to here, the chest is like moving down a little bit. So then normally for this kind of quarter pad, it's like you're going to have the scapula poking out here. So then it's going to change the silhouette a little bit. And it's also going to give you more room for your foot. And then when you start to get here, you see your leg now goes completely straight, even a little bit reverse here. So normally in this case, you have your scapula go this way. So then it's also give you a little bit more room to reach the ground. So then your leg doesn't need to be completely straight or broken. All right, so that's it for our feedback on this reel. As we mentioned at the beginning, this is a strong starting point, and some presentation improvement would help bring it to the next level. Big thanks to Giuseppe for sharing your reel with us, and thanks everyone for watching. We hope this was helpful. If you find it useful, don't forget to share and subscribe. And if you'd like us to review your reel as well, feel free to send it over anytime. See you in the next one.